G'day sports fans, it's Fenner100 here. Welcome to this video. We're doing a special thing. Decided I wanted to do something to get you guys to know me a little bit better. So I'm going to be doing a free personality test. It's a website that I found called 16 Personalities. I saw somebody else that I watched do it, so I thought, hey, let's try it and let's see what kind of really terrible person I probably am. Who knows how accurate it is. The questions that I've seen other people do look interesting. I don't know if it's the same for everyone or what. We're going to be going through these questions and learning a little bit about ourselves today, and because my friend wanted to get in on the action, and they thought they want to find out if they're a terrible person too, I have my good friend Ray Ben here with me right now, so you can say hello now.
Howdy ho!
So Ray Ben has been, did the Among Us video with me a couple of weeks ago. If you guys haven't watched that, go and check that out. We had a lot of fun, found a really random person, and it was the first time we played Among Us together. We were planning it for a while, and it was really fun to do. So we're hoping to do more content like that in the future. I love getting friends in on this thing. So we thought we'd take the personality test together and see what our results are and find out what kind of people we are and if we have any similarities or not. And also we want to find out, because at the end of the test it tells you like what kind of people you have the same like personality type as, like famous people and stuff. So like we're hoping that we get some interesting famous people that we know, or you know, if we're lucky we might get results and we're like, no, I disagree with these results. So yeah, we're going to find out today what we get. So yeah, when we're ready, we'll just start, eh?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the test. Click on the button, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Free personality test. Complete test. Okay, so I don't know if our questions are going to be the same, but mine is, you regularly make new friends. Now this is an interesting question for me, because when I was younger, I had trouble making friends all the time. I feel like I make friends easy now for some reason. So, define regularly though, like it's been a while since I've met a new person, but I don't have difficulty making new friends. So how do you think I would put this? Did you get the same question?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Right.
You'd answer just honestly, like if you just answer honestly.
Well, regularly, I mean, I'd have to say nearly all the way I agree with that, because like when I do meet new people, I somehow am lucky enough to befriend them pretty quickly. I've got to be honest. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Free time exploring... I do look up random stuff. Like, whenever I do get free time, I'm either playing a game that I enjoy, or I'm talking to people that I enjoy talking to. Like, when I talk to you, we just sit there and talk for hours. And we usually do just talk about random stuff, but it usually is... Like, we don't talk about things that don't interest us, because who does that? I just say...
My ADHD thinking makes the topics bounce off really quick, you know?
Yeah, the topics do change, but they're never something completely uninteresting. They're usually something that we've been thinking about, or the context is similar and they're connected. Like, I do realise sometimes the amount of topics that you and I can bounce through. Like, I'll look back after we've been talking for a couple of hours and think about, how many things did we talk about? What?
We talk about, like, 500 things at once. At least I do, like, in my head.
And we even get to, like, weird philosophical stuff. We talk about politics and everything until we get bored, and God, it gets so weird sometimes.
I remember yesterday with that one topic with forgot his name already. He's from that new game you're playing that you're maining right now.
Oh yeah, Nagoriyuki.
Yeah, I was thinking about. Yeah, I was thinking about him in a Blade outfit, and then I was like, yo, speaking of, like, vampires and stuff, when are we, actually, you know what? I actually forgot it. Never mind. Never mind. It's gone. It's out the window.
Nah, it'll come back, I'm sure. It's out the window, like, okay, so I was going to think of something clever to go with that, and I've forgotten as well now, so, you know, then we get to seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. I mean, I feel like I have more empathy than I used to. It's like when people are upset, I feel upset for them, and I want to help them. It doesn't necessarily make me want to cry as well. If I'm watching a sad movie and people cry in it, it's usually like I'm already probably crying at that point. If it's like an animal-based movie or something like that, because that's my weakness. Movies about animals make me cry all the time. So, I'm not neutral. I'll say agree, because it does make me sad. I don't often... It's not a person crying that makes me cry. It's other things. That just happens to be part of it.
Oh, dude, you know those old early 2000s commercials where they were showing pups and kittens and like pounds and stuff?
Yeah.
all abused and abandoned, and then it's like just a penny a day. You could help save an animal's life. Those used to make me bawl my eyes out. Like every time the commercial would come on, I'd either change the channel or just walk away from the room for like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Those commercials were like those commercials were like 10 fucking minutes long. Yeah.
You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. Now I can get overboard with stuff, and I'll often make a backup plan for something, but an extra plan? No, I don't. I won't go all the way disagree because I do overthink things a lot, but most of the way disagree because I don't often make more than one extra plan. Because I got this mindset where if I make plans and that doesn't work, I have a backup. But if that also doesn't work, I just go, oh, I'm just not going to do anything then. Like, I lose interest then. If it's that difficult, I'm not going to bother. I don't usually give up on things. When it comes to planning things, sometimes I get discouraged. You usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. Yeah, well, that's... no, not really. I get stressed out really easily, so usually stay calm. I mean, yeah, not all the way disagree, because I can be calm, but a lot of pressure, yeah, no, I fall apart. Ugh. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people, and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yeah, that's gotta be fairly agree for me, because I get really shy around new people, because I always stress about the first impression, and I feel like often my first impressions are really bad. So, yeah, I don't usually introduce myself to new people. I usually will talk to the people I know, and then I hope that the people I know will introduce me, because, yeah, I'm not going to approach a random person and talk to them, so I'm going to go all the way agree for that. I don't do that, it's not my style. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. I mean, yeah, I do a lot of multitasking, but I do like to have things finished on one important thing. Like, if there's something really important, I focus on that. I do a lot of multitasking, but like when it comes to like even editing my videos, kind of can't really anyway, but even if I could, I would rather edit one whole video, finish that, before I start another one. Doing like 2 at a time and stuff, even though I could do it, it feels like I'm just stretching myself out too much. So, yeah, I prefer to completely, that's all the way agree for me. You're very sentimental, that's easy, all the way agree. I'm very sentimental on things, like on memories, things I have. Like if a person gives me something and I really value it, I'll hang on to that forever. Like I still have, when I was 12, a friend and I used to play the Yu-Gi-Oh card game all the time. And he stopped playing the game, and he gave me one of his most valuable cards. He gave me a Blue Eyes White Dragon card, and he gave it to me. And he's like, I'm not going to use it, so here, take this and keep using it for me, because it deserves to be used. And I still have that card. I have multiple copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon now, but I still have that copy, and it's still in the deck. So when I do use it, it's like, I've had it all this time, and I still do talk to him, so it's like, it's my connection to my memory with him. So, yeah, I can be very sentimental, because that was, 22 years ago? You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Yeah, I kind of, especially with making videos and stuff, I've got to run out a schedule and plan some of my content, so, yeah, I like to organize stuff. What about you? Are you very organized?
Oh, that depends on what I'm organizing. I guess like old drawings, like traditional drawings, I'll organize. I guess like in files that I have. But anything else, I'm sadly a mess.
Why does that not surprise me at all?
I'm too busy doing things to actually worry about organizing stuff half the time. So I'm like,
That's fair.
It is what it is.
Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Yeah, I am very hard on myself, very critical of myself, so if I don't do something and I'm not happy with it, I begin to doubt everything. Like, I'm that bad that, like, if someone, like, when a friend of mine shows me, like, a thumbnail he's made, and he's like, oh, you should use this thumbnail in the next video that we do together, like, you should use this thumbnail. And I look what he's made, and I'm like, yeah, well, that looks a lot better than what I do, so everything I do sucks now, and I get that mentality immediately. Like, I don't think anybody is more critical on me than myself. I think that goes for a lot of us, but I'm extra bad. That's all the way I agree for me. I am horrible to myself.
At least for me, I got double standards. It's like I either hate myself or I'm gonna do it out of spite. Like do something better out of fucking spite.
You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Again, like that question before, approaching people I don't know is not my thing. I mean, if they seem interesting and I'm by myself, like if I like go to sort of like a shop or something, if I go to the city and I go to like a card shop and there's a lot of people there, even though I know we have similar interests because we're in that shop, if a person looks interesting, I might think to myself like, gee, I'd like to say hello, but yeah, I'm not going to go all the way to disagree because I might push myself to that sometimes, but most of the time, if I'm by myself, I'm incredibly introverted. Once you get to know me, then the reverse happens, then I don't shut up. You're not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of creators' works. I like talking about, I like analysing stuff, I talk about creative stuff, like, discussing various interpretations. I mean, I like discussing how different things are, especially like I once had a conversation with a friend and we talked for hours about the critical differences between like all 3 different Spider-Man movie series, like each reboot, how different it was, how differently it was interpreted, and how they were all good in their own right, and we agreed that none of them were, in our minds, neither of them were like significantly better than the other because they were different enough that they were all worth watching. So yeah, I'd have to say like disagree with that. I like talking about that stuff because I'm a nerd. You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart. I mean, I try and listen to both. Pretty neutral on that, honestly. It depends on the moment and the thing. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Again, this is kind of tough for me. Like, I live my days by routine, but on my days off, like when I'm not recording and stuff, I just do whatever I feel like. I don't plan that. So I'd have to be neutral for that in turn, because again, it depends on the day. What about you? Do you like planning stuff, or are you all about just doing whatever strikes?
I'm neutral, actually, about it, because I'm used to both.
Yeah. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. No, all the way disagree. I worry all the time about making a good impression. All the time. Do you worry about first impressions, or do you just not care? Please tell me you don't care, because I envy you if you don't.
Wait, repeat the question. I was reading mine, so...
You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet.
Oh, no, I worry about that.
Yeah, I went all the way, like, disagree, like, I worry all the time.
I just have to convince myself that, like, you know, sometimes it's okay if they don't, because not everyone can like you, and you probably don't like them anyway, so, you know, fair's fair.
I wish I could think like that, but I'm always scared of what people think. I'm always worried that I'm going to upset somebody, or somebody's going to dislike me for whatever reason. I get huge anxiety over it. You enjoy participating in group activities. Okay, so they didn't get a lot of opportunity for group activities in the past, but like, I love getting involved with group things, like group Discord calls, playing games in groups with people, D&D sessions I used to really love, getting together with friends and playing like Cards Against Humanity. That creates some insane stuff. I like that kind of stuff, so I'm going to go mostly agree, not all the way there, because I do like my me time too, but I thrive when I'm around other people. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. Oh, so like open-ended stuff. It's tricky. Sometimes I really rather it when I watch a movie and it finishes and like the story's done and I can reflect on it, but when it leaves it open-ended and it's not anymore, then I can sometimes be like, oh, but I wanted to know what happened, so it can frustrate me. So again, it depends. I'm going to go neutral on that. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. Oh, yes. Yes, all the way. I honestly, at the end of the day, don't care that much about myself at all, but if I can help other people be happy and accomplish their things, like, I'm all the way for that. That makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like I've made an impact and done something valuable. You're interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. How do you feel about this? Do you have lots of interest and you're torn between choosing, or are you very direct, like, you're very laser focused on what you want?
I have a hard time choosing stuff most of the time, so...
I mean, I guess I have, like, so many games that I want to play. Like, it's easy to decide what games to record because I have, like, a schedule of those, but all the games that I play that I don't record for the channel at the moment and stuff, I'm always sitting there like, you know, okay, I've got some free time, let's play something. And then, because I'm so sport for choice, I'll sit there for probably, like, 10 minutes not able to decide what I want to play. Because I don't know what I'm mood for, because I have such a variety of different stuff that I play. So, like, yeah, I do find it difficult. I'm going to go, like, probably all the way to agree that, because I have so many things on my mind. You're prone to
Meanwhile,
worry.
you end up. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No,
Go.
sorry.
Go.
No, you go.
Because you end up just gaming on Halo for like a few
Yeah, I do.
hours.
I do. I just like, I'll just play some multiplayer Halo and just turn my brain off and just shoot people. Like, I just turn my brain off and do that. It's easy. Like, I have to be in the mood to play a story-focused game. Otherwise, I'm just like, I'm feeling lazy. I don't care. I'll just boot up a multiplayer like Halo or Titanfall. Just turn my brain off and just shoot people.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Oh, yeah, all the way. Every time I do or say anything, I worry that I'm going to offend somebody or upset somebody. So I'm always worried that something's going to just go miserably wrong. I am so paranoid, it's not even funny. That's all the way I agree. That's easy. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. Okay, so I don't avoid them, I don't seek them out, but people put me in them all the time. Like, people make me in charge of stuff. Like, oh, you can organise this, or you can... So, like, it's thrust upon me. That kind of sounded weird. So I'm trying to think, like, I don't avoid it. I'm going to go neutral, because I don't avoid it, and I don't seek it out, but I'm put into it a lot. Not that I mind, I suppose. You're definitely not an artistic type person. Oh, no, I disagree. I'm artistic. I draw, I write, I create videos, for God's sake. I'm recording this. I feel like I'm artistic. I don't like painting, though. I'm not good at painting, but I love drawing and art and stuff like that. Colouring, I kind of despise, but I like artistic stuff. I feel like I'm decently artistic. I'm going to disagree all the way. I am definitely an artistic. Do you consider yourself oh, you're an artistic person. You draw and stuff. You're good at drawing.
Somewhat.
You're totally artistic. You are. So when you get to that question, you better go all the way disagree. I'm going to slap you.
Oh no, I already got to that question.
Oh wait, you're fast. You think the world would be a better? You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on the feelings? Feelings help because feelings kind of helps rationality because that's tricky because they are two sides of the same coin, but they also can affect each other. Better place if people relied more on rationality and less on the feelings. I'm kind of neutral on that. I think that you need the balance. Honestly, if human beings focused on one or just the other, it'd create chaos. There needs to be a balance between listening to how you feel and being rational. I think if you lean too much one way or the other, you become like a chaotic person. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Yes, I like to get my jobs done because I hate like trying to relax or have time off. And the back of my head, I'm thinking, I've got to do that job soon. I've got to do that job soon. I'd rather just do it all and be done and have a free day. So I prefer, completely agree, 100%. Easy peasy. You enjoy watching people argue? No, because I've spent a lot of my life watching people close to me argue, friends and family and stuff. And, it's not a good feeling. Usually I try and make them stop, so all the way disagree. I don't like watching people argue, it's not. If it's funny, if it's all in jest, yeah, okay. But when it's a proper argument, like it's like they're actually being angry and negative, no, I'm not for that. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Yeah, mostly agree. I don't like getting attention to me. I get really uncomfortable and stuff like that. Your mood can change very quickly. Yeah, that's gotta be all the way agree. I can be very moody. Like, I can be in a really, really good mood, and then one person can do one thing can happen, and it can really turn a day around for me. Like, I hate that, but I can be having a perfectly good day, and one thing happens that just really I'm not down with, and the whole thing's just done. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. I don't consider myself highly efficient, but if I feel like somebody's not trying as hard as I am at something, yeah. If I feel like someone's not pulling their weight or not trying as hard, like if we're doing similar things and I just feel like they're not trying or not being as efficient, it does annoy me. I do lose patience with that. I like it if people have good work ethic and respect themselves and others. So like, yeah, efficiency. Yeah, I feel like people should be better than I am at stuff, so yeah, definitely, just about all the way. I do, it does annoy me. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Remember what I said about the chores? I said that I like doing chores and getting them done, but I also will leave things at the last minute too. So I might be like, oh, I want to relax, but I want to get this job done. But I'll leave this job until later, and then I'll do other jobs. So it'll end up being something that I should have done first, and I'll leave it till last because I didn't want to do it. Like the dishes, for example. I'll be like, I'll do that shortly, I'll do my other jobs, and then I'll end up doing them like right before dinner time when I'm not feeling like doing it, whereas I'd rather do it way before or after. So yeah, no, I do have a habit of doing that. It's bad, but that's where we are. Do you leave things to the last minute often? I'm curious.
It depends on what it is. If it's like something really big, nah, I usually like get to it as soon as I can to get it out of the way. If it's something like really small that wouldn't be a big deal if I left it for like a bit until like a few hours later, then yeah, I kind of just put that out of the way. Just I have to prioritize what's important and what isn't. Pretty much.
Yeah, I feel that. It's kind of the same with me, I suppose, but sometimes if something's important but I don't want to do it, I avoid it anyway.
I mean, yeah, that's a mood.
You've always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Oh yeah, all the time. I've always been curious about that because I like to think that if it's not just some black void, I like to think there is something. I'm not religious, but I like to think there's got to be some sort of light at the end of the tunnel, as they say. Like, there can't be just nothing, surely. I'm not suffering all these years for nothing, right? Right?
Man, imagine having insomnia. Just.
I always, like, I'm always lying. When I go to bed before I fall asleep, I lie there and have, like, an existential crisis where I just think about everything. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Now, this is kind of because I like being around people, but I like my own space as well, and I'm also used to being by myself a lot, so I'm going to go middle, because there'll be days where I'm like, all the way disagree, I want to be by myself and have a day to myself, and then all the way agree sometimes where I'm like, hey, I just want to chat to people and not be by myself. So like, yeah, I have days where I'm both. You become bored or lose interest when discussion gets highly theoretical. No, I like theories. I like, throwing out ideas and discussing it, so I don't get bored.
Map hat, right? Not like map hat theories, right?
No, not like if it drags on for too long and gets to the point where it's like, I think we've talked about enough theories and we've burned out the topic, but that relates with anything. If you over talk about any kind of topic, it can get boring. That like counts for everything and everybody.
Okay, good. Just checking to see if you're
I've never actually watched Matt Pat, so I've never actually watched Matt Pat, so like I know who he is, but I haven't watched him.
Oh my, yes, fuck yeah, good for you, good for you.
You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. Yeah, I still have a lot of empathy for people in similar situations as me, but even people that, if this situation is also, like, bad, but it is different, I can still empathize with them, because I understand the feeling of when things aren't working out, or when things are bad, or, you don't feel well, or you have health issues. Like, when it comes to, like, I know what it feels like to have those things down, so yeah, I still find it easy to empathize with them. Even if the situation is different, the end result is the same, so I get that. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Sometimes I want to just make a choice to get it done. Sometimes I put it off. I gotta be neutral on that one, honestly. You rarely second guess the choices you have made. Strongly disagree. I second guess everything because, again, I act like I hate myself. So, I second guess every choice I make. So disagree. I'm second guessing this choice, for God's sake. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Again, even when I'm exhausted, it's the same as any other day. Sometimes I want to be with people, sometimes I don't. So again, very neutral for me in terms of that. You enjoy going to art museums? Yeah, mostly agree. I love art, so yeah, it's definitely something I have a huge interest in. Paintings, drawings, I respect it and I admire it. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No, their actual feelings, gotta be neutral. Sometimes I do have trouble understanding them if they're not very direct. Sometimes I need someone to tell me how they feel. Sometimes I have trouble reading the room a little bit.
You're not an empath?
Well, like, wow. I am sometimes, but not all the time.
This is embarrassing. Like, everyone I know isn't like, oh my god, it's like an empath? Like, oh my god?
I am sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes I need to have it, like, sometimes I'll have an idea. I'll be like, okay, I think you're upset, but I don't know why. So sometimes I need a bit more context information. Again, again, it's kind of neutral, because sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's very neutral. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Some days, again, neutral, because some days I'll write out a list of things I've got to get done, right? I'll have specific jobs, and I'll be like, I want to get all these things out of the way so I can have time off and whatever. And there are other days where I'm just like, I don't need to write a list, like, I've done a lot of the important stuff, so I can just kind of enjoy myself. So, like, Again, it depends. It's very situational for me. I can't go one way or the other. You rarely feel insecure. No, I don't. I would have to say disagree. Not all the way. Like, I don't feel insecure all the time, but there's plenty of times where I feel a bit uncomfortable myself. So maybe go one notch of disagree, one from neutral, because there are times when I do. So that's just the way it is. You avoid making phone calls. So, like I was saying before, I don't mind going on Discord calls, but actual phone calls, like, for some reason, I don't like it. I don't know if it's because I have to hold the phone in my head, what it is, because it's not that different from talking online on Discord, it's just a voice, but for some reason, I don't like it much. So I wouldn't say I avoid it, but if there's, like, if someone says, oh, you can call or text them to tell them about the event happening, whatever, then I'll most likely want to text them. So I guess I'll go a little bit towards agree, because I do kind of, like, if there's an option, I'll go away from it. What about you? Do you like phone calls?
Well, yeah, only for me it's the same thing. If I have to type myself up just to like actually call somebody like for an appointment or whatever.
Yeah. So if someone says to you like, hey, you could text them or call them, you go, oh, I'm not calling them then. Like, that's hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm straight up just like, yeah, okay, I'll text. That's good. And sometimes it's worse because I can't do both. Like some days I'll just be like, can I just not talk to them? Can you do it?
You're just not at all.
Can you please just talk to them for me? I'll give you like Taco Bell or some shit.
Wow.
Please.
You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Yeah, well, I mean, when people have different views from me, it's like, I understand I try to understand where they're coming from, and sometimes I do, so I wouldn't say I spend a lot of time trying to understand. Like, I get the idea pretty quick. I guess I'd have to go neutral again. Very boring here, but like, because sometimes I understand what they're saying, sometimes I don't. But I don't usually, like, go out of my way. I usually will understand them on the spot. If I don't, then it's going to be up to them to help me. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, though, because if it's too hard for me to understand, then maybe it's not, maybe it's not worth understanding for them. I mean, if I don't understand them, maybe it's not worth me trying. Maybe, like, it's not worth their time, me trying to get it. I don't know, it's hard to explain that. It's a tricky question. In your social circle, you're often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. Well, yeah, kind of. With a lot of people I talk to and stuff, it often is me that initiates conversations. And if I want to like hang out with friends and do something, I've usually got to mention it, organize it, and bully them into it until they do it. Like, hardly does anyone say to me like, "Hey, let's go and do this." Like, usually I kind of have to organize it. So I wouldn't say off. Yeah, a little bit towards agree, because I do feel like I have to be the proactive one a lot, which is, it can get really annoying because it starts to feel like people don't worry too much or they spend time with you, but then if you put the effort in, then they will, you know what I mean? It's not a great feeling, but that's how it feels sometimes. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. I do like to get onto whatever the plan is. So, like, distractions happen often. I'm easily distracted, but in the back of my head, I'm like, I gotta get back to what I'm doing or whatever. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with mostly agree on that. What about you? What do you like when you're doing something or you have plans and, like, you get distracted? Like, do you get distracted way overboard, or do you like to, like, no, I've got to do this, give me a sec, let me finish this first, kind of thing?
Oh no, that really depends on my options, because if I know I have to do it, I'll just straight up get it done and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
But if it's like something that I could just do actually later and I have like enough time to do it, then I'll just be like, oh, I'll relax and get some other stuff done and then I'll do that. You know?
Yeah, I get you. That makes sense. You're still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Yeah, I told you a cringe story about something I did when I was a kid that I'm not proud of, a thing that I should have done, I did it the wrong way, left it too late. Like, I am, even though they're like not affecting my life now, it still sometimes bothered me that I did or said these stupid things. Like, see, I still get bothered by them sometimes, even if it's a long time ago, because like, ugh, why did I do that for? You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. No, well, I gotta disagree with that. I contemplate that a lot. I often wonder the reason and why we're here, especially when, like, you know, like when my friend died. Ever since then, I've been like, you know, why? Why are we here? Why did he die? Why couldn't he live? What's the point of it all? So I think about that a lot. So I'd have to go, mostly disagree with that one. I contemplate it quite a lot. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Yes. Yes, my emotions... Oh god, my emotions have so much control over me. Are you pretty emotionally driven? You act like you have, like, that kind of thing where, like, if you get really excited or aggravated, it kind of takes over what you're doing. I could be wrong.
It sadly does, but I try to be logical at first hand.
That's such a dynamic, being your emotions driving you to do stuff, and then the logical side. If you feel like a person that has those both, it is such a split, and you end up being pulled all over the place. It's really frustrating. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it's completely their fault. Yeah, I feel like I cover for people more than I probably should. There are times when if a person's at fault, I will like stick my neck out for them, and I feel like I do it way too often, because it's not good for me, and people need to take responsibility for it and stuff sometimes. See, I feel like I push myself in front of the bus way often than I should do. So I go not to remember bad. Yeah, so I do. I'm going to say mostly agree with that, and I probably shouldn't, but I will acknowledge that I do that. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organised and consistent efforts. Sometimes when I'm making videos, it can be really spontaneous, but like, oh, I should make a video on this, and it's like a huge burst of energy and enthusiasm and excitement, but most of the time it's fairly organised on what I'm recording each day. I try to be consistent with my timing and when I get things done, so closer spontaneous burst of energy, it's more consistent, so I have to say a little bit disagree there, because I try to be more organised. Try to be. Try is the word. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it would take them to feel disappointed in you. Oh god, do I do this? Do you do this, Ben? I do this so much. I do this so much.
A little. I do it a little.
Yeah, I always want... It's the same with the first impressions thing. I wonder that they're going to be like, nah, they're going to think I'm an idiot now. Like, yeah, I wonder about that quite a lot. I'm going to go mostly agree with that one, nearly all the way. Like, totally. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. I like what I do now, but I like doing stuff with people like I am with you now. So, like, I don't mind working alone, but like I said, I like group activities. So, I like when I was in school, I did work placements and stuff. They were all like, a lot of them were like office and business and hospitality sector jobs. So you were always working with other people as a team, and I enjoyed that. So I do like teamwork. So I'm gonna say neutral because I'm pretty happy with both. Especially if you have like a job or workplace there's an even balance. Like, you get plenty of time where you're doing your own stuff, but then you also have like the same amount of time where you're working with other people in collaboration. I love that dynamic. If you get a bit of both, I think that's really healthy, because a human being needs their own space and they need time with other people. If you have too much of one or the other, if you have too much time with other people and never time to yourself, you can go crazy. And if you spend too much time on your own, you can go crazy. You need that dynamic. So I'm all for being completely neutral on that one. I think anybody that goes one way or the other, it's fine, but it's probably not healthy. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. No, I think that thinking about philosophical stuff and pondering, like, it's not a waste of time, because you're expanding your mind and your thought process and how you view the world. And you're always growing and learning. And if the only way you continue to grow and learn is if you ponder and ask questions. So I completely disagree with that, because if you think that pondering and wondering about things and trying to ask questions and learn and grow, if you think it's a waste of time, you're never going to grow as a human being, and you're not going to move forward mentally. It's not healthy to think that, I don't think. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. I kind of like both. Like, I like going to the city and being around lots of people. Like, I don't love being around lots of people, but I like going to the city and seeing the sights and going into shops and going for walks and stuff. And I also like being at home where it's quiet. So, yeah, very mid on that one. Very neutral. I like both, because you've got to have the healthy dynamic. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. Not at first glance. I've got to get body language. I've got to get how they talk, what they want to talk about, if they're talking at all. First glance is not enough information to know how somebody's feeling. So I've got to completely disagree with that. You've got to give a person a chance to show you how they feel. First glance ain't going to tell you nothing. Not initially. It's going to take you a few minutes to figure that stuff out. You often feel overwhelmed? Yeah. With everything that I do and how I feel like I never have enough time, I often do feel overwhelmed. It's my own fault, but I guess it's what I thrive in. Do you feel overwhelmed by stuff all the time, Ben, or are you pretty cruisy?
So I don't show it, but I do get pretty overwhelmed. I just don't show it physically.
Well, that makes sense. I get it. We all have pretty busy lives, just some people are just better at not showing it, I suppose. And some people are just really good at time management. I envy those people.
Yeah, I just don't want to actually panic just in case it ends up being fine. So I try to, like, calm down, but
yeah,
if it's actually something out of control, that's when I panic.
You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I mean, I am pretty methodical with what I do. I don't like, skipping steps, especially when it's like editing and stuff. Like, I have a pattern in how I edit videos and the order I do things. What I change first, what I put into the timeline first and stuff. I don't like skipping steps because then it makes me forget completely about them, and then like I go to like finalize the video and go, oh god, I like totally didn't like add the audio to it or something. So no, I don't like. I completely without I don't skip. So agree. I complete things methodically without skipping any because it messes me up for doing that. I like doing things in a set pattern when it comes to the way I do things with work and just jobs at home. Especially with like, and same with housework and stuff, I do things in a certain way, otherwise I forget. You're very intrigued by things labelled as controversial. Oh yeah, if someone says, oh, this joke or this meme is controversial, I'm like, show me. Show me the thing we can get in trouble for. Like, I'm very intrigued by that. Like, show me the naughty stuff.
Well, since you asked, no.
What about you?
Not
You
this
intrigued
time.
by the controversial? You seem like a controversial person to me. Like, I feel like you'd thrive on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because I like to see what makes people tic-tac,
Yeah, I figured.
paddywhack, give a dog a bone, make this old man come running home.
Wow. There you go. I feel like you were resisting saying something else there, so I feel that you were projecting a bit.
Do you want? Oh, okay. Well, here's something controversial.
No?
D's nuts. Take that.
Oh, it's
Fucking-
it's very subjective how controversial that could be. If you would
Go.
if you would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Again, I could be a self-sabotager, so yeah, because like when I answered, it's like that question they asked before, where it's like, will you, it was something to do with like, if it was the benefit for something else, somebody else would you do it? It was like putting other people first kind of thing. So, pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else, yes, I would be a bit more than neutral. I've learned a bit more now, like if someone gives me an opportunity, I won't necessarily just hand it off to someone else, but my mind will think, well, could they do it better? So like, I'm still there, I'm not all the way like I would have been. Like, I've gotten a little bit more selfish, in a healthy way, obviously. You struggle with deadlines. Oh dear Lord. I'm not usually late for things. I try to be punctual, I get stuff done on time. So when I set myself a time or a deadline for stuff, I'm usually not that bad. Like, it's okay. I get there. So I would say like mostly disagree. Like, I get things done on time, except when I feel overwhelmed, but that's a whole thing in itself. You feel confident that things will work out for you. I'm gonna say neutral, because I have the days I'm like, yeah, everything's gonna go great, and I have days where I'm like, mid. Oh, the toughest question of all, Magenta. No, I know what I am. I'm pretty sure. Just a moment. Oh, okay. So time for our results. So, have you still got yours up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will read mine out. I'll read out my percentages and stuff, and then we'll go over yours, huh? So,
Right.
I got advocate. I'm an advocate, and the picture is like this, looks like a wizard, so I'm pretty happy with that. So, mind.
Ooh.
So, I am 57% introverted and 43% extroverted. Does that make sense to you? It's very close. Honestly,
Can't help but being a Gemini.
I was expecting to be more, actually, I was expecting to be more middle than that. Like, there's more introverted than I thought. Energy. So I'm 77% intuitive and 23% observant. See, I'm not observant at all. I see nothing. Like, I'm just like Jon Snow. I know and see nothing. 77% intuitive. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. 63% feeling and 37% thinking. See, I keep telling people my brain doesn't work. I don't think, and there's the proof. I don't think. It's all feeling. Tactics. 64% judging, 36% prospecting. That makes me sound like a judgy person. Am I a judgy person? Is that what this is saying? Oh no! Identity. Oh, okay, identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I'm 14% assertive, 86 turbulent.
Listen, I came here to this website to know my personality, not to go through a free therapy session where I'm getting roasted. Okay, okay, website.
So what did you get? What's yours?
Oh, I got mediator, like Jade.
Oh, okay. So what are your percentages?
Alright, so I'm 72% introverted and 28% extroverted.
Oh,
Got
okay.
56% intuitive and 44% observant.
Oh, okay.
49, wish it was 69. 49% thinking and 51% feeling.
Okay.
We got 31% judging, 69, nice, prospecting,
Ah.
and then 28 assertive and 72% turbulent.
So nearly all of our percentages went the same way, except you're more prospecting than judging. But I think all the others, ours were like that. The stronger one was the same. So like my strongest was introverted, then intuitive, then feeling, then judging, then turbulent. So we had a lot of similarities there. All right, start reading. So now it's going to tell more. A copy of the results emailed to you. Actually, nah. I was going to, but nah, I won't do. Okay, introduction for advocate. Ooh. Advocates are the rarest personality types of all. Still, advocates leave their mark on the world. They'll have a deep sense of idealism and integrity, but they aren't idle dreamers. They take concrete steps to realize their goals and make a lasting impact. Advocates' unique combination of personality traits makes them complex and quite versatile. For example, advocates can speak with great passion and conviction, especially when standing up for their ideals. At other times, however, they may choose to be soft-spoken and understated, preferring to keep the peace rather than challenge others. Does that sound like me?
It does a little, yeah.
You think so? I don't know.
It does. No, I mean it does. I'm just speaking over dramatically, you know, or under dramatically.
Many advocates feel compelled to find a mission for their lives. Yeah, I often do. How can I fix this? I think that all the time. How can I fix stuff? And I try to think like, what is my place in the world? What is my purpose? At times, advocates may focus so intently on ideals they don't take care of themselves. Yeah. Strengths and weaknesses. Okay, let's find out what my weaknesses are, Ben. Ugh, weaknesses. Alrighty, but first the strengths. We want to know the strengths. Creative. Advocate personalities enjoy finding the perfect solution for the people they care about. To this, they draw on their vivid imagination and their strong sense of compassion. This can make them excellent counselors and advisors. Insightful. Advocates typically strive to move past appearances and get to the heart of things. This can give them an almost uncanny ability to understand people's true motivations, feelings, and needs. Principled. People with the advocate personality type tend to have deeply held beliefs, and their conviction often shines through when they speak or write about subjects that matter to them. Advocates can be compelling and inspiring communicators, with their idealism persuading even the hardest of skeptics. Passionate. Advocates can pursue their ideals with a single-mindedness that only catch others off guard. Their personalities rarely settle for good enough, and their willingness to disrupt the status quo may not please everyone. That said, advocates' passion for their chosen cause is a key aspect of their personality. And altruistic. I don't know what that means. Advocates generally aim to use their strengths for the greater good, then rarely enjoy succeeding at other people's expense. They tend to think about how their actions affect others, and their goal is to behave in a way that will help the people around them and make the world a better place. Let's go. It makes me sound like a good person, so I know it's wrong.
Hey, you're forgetting about weaknesses here.
Yeah, I'm onto that. Sensitive to criticism. When someone challenges their principles or values, advocates may react strongly. People with this personality type can become defensive in the face of criticism and conflict, particularly when it comes to issues that are near their hearts. Yeah, I can be like that. If you judge or speak negatively about something that's important to me, I will beat you. I will beat you, and you won't enjoy it. So stop laughing. Reluctant to open up. Advocates value honesty, but they're also private. They might find it difficult to open up and be vulnerable about their struggles. This might also be because they think they need to solve their problem on their own and don't want to burden other people with their issues. When advocates don't ask for help, they may inadvertently hold themselves back or create distance in relationships. Yeah, I do that a lot. I will often withdraw and not ask people for help. When I got really sick before I was put in hospital, I didn't really tell anyone I was sick, and I was just going to get over it on my own. I wasn't like, oh gee, I don't really feel anyway, what should I do? Like, I didn't tell anybody. Like, I keep stuff to myself like that quite often. So that's pretty accurate. Perfectionist. The advocate personality type is all but defined by idealism. While this is a wonderful quality in many ways, an ideal situation isn't always possible. Advocates might find it difficult to appreciate their jobs, living situations, or relationships, and they're continually fixating on imperfections and wondering whether they should be looking for something better. I'm always thinking to myself, can I do this better? Should I have done this better? Always second guessing myself, so I actually do agree with that. Avoiding the ordinary. Advocate personalities tend to be more motivated by a sense of having a greater purpose in life. They might consider it tedious or unnecessary to break their big visions into small, manageable steps. But they may be setting themselves up for frustration if they don't turn their dreams into everyday routines and to-do lists. Without these specifics, their goals may never materialize. Yeah, I get very... I try to manage things and spread them out. And yeah, I get frustrated if things don't feel like they're working out the way I want them to. Prone to burnout. Advocates' perfectionism and reserve may leave them with few options for letting off steam. People with this personality type can exhaust themselves. They don't find a way to balance their drive to help others with necessary self-care and rest. I don't self-care and rest enough, so I do often feel kind of tired and burned out, and that's when I start to feel overwhelmed and stuff, because I just don't feel like it's all working out, so I can relate to that. Romantic relationships. Oh boy, what does this mean? Tend to make the process of finding a romantic partner seriously. Well, of course it's serious. Finding a romantic partner seriously because you're opening yourself up to a person, and you got to make sure that like it's the right one, I suppose. Talks about idealism. Is this for real? They care about integrity, and they tend to bristle when people try to change them or talk them to something they don't believe. Yeah, I can get like, if it feels like a person's trying to change my opinion on something, I'm kind of like, why? Why are you trying to change? Like, accept me! Okay, and it can be incredibly passionate in ways that go beyond the physical. People with personality type crave an emotional and even spiritual connection with their partner. They cherish not just the act of being in a relationship, but also what it means to become one with another person in mind, body, and soul. I agree with this. I feel like Jade and I are so connected in so many ways that even though we can't be physically together because of, you know, her being in a different country and stuff, I feel connected to her in so many other ways that at the moment that doesn't matter to me, because I just feel like we have this strong connection because of the people we are, our personalities, the similarities we have. So yeah, that's what's most important in my heart. It's just how connected we are as people. So I agree with that. Some of this is actually kind of hidden. Searching for a heart of gold and friendships, loyalty and authenticity. Advocates of a quiet determination. They can be quite charismatic, and their ability to express themselves clearly and passionately can make them truly shine. Ooh. Once they do find genuine friends, people with the advocate personality type make loyal and caring companions. I don't know if I'm loyal and caring, but when I find genuine friends, I do care about them. Am I a good friend, Ben?
You do. You try.
Parenthood.
You're good.
Talk about parenthood. It's like, well, that's not really going to apply to me, because unless it said in capitals like, advocates always want kids. I'm like, lies! It's not something that I don't think I'm ever going to be ready for. Career paths. Tend to see a career path that aligns with their values rather than one that offers status and material gain. Yeah, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Like, the only reason I do it is because it's fun. In fact, many advocates have trouble deciding which job is best for them because they're able to imagine so many possibilities. Yes, that's very true. You guys that are watching, you can also, like, at any point, you can pause the video and read all this stuff. Like, I'm just skimming through it, but you guys can read it all in depth if you want to learn everything possible about me. I'm just skimming through it to see what catches my eye. So, because there is a lot here. Workplace habits. Oh. It has specific needs when it comes to satisfying work environment. People with this personality type want to know what their work helps people and promotes their own personal growth. This means that their work must be in line with their values, principles, and beliefs. Yeah, definitely feel like that. I definitely feel like if I was to be in a workplace, it would have to be something that I value, that I care about, and I'd have to feel like I'm helping people and making a difference. Something that I value a lot. Conclusion time! Alrighty! Few personality types are as passionate and enigmatic as advocates. As someone with this personality type, you can stand out for your imagination, your compassion, your integrity, and your deeply held principles. Unlike many other idealistic types, however, you are also capable of turning your ideals into plans and executing them. Yet advocates face challenges too. Even the most idealistic and dedicated personality types can become frustrated when it comes to navigating interpersonal conflicts, confronting unpleasant facts, pursuing self-realization, or finding a fulfilling career path. As a result, you may sometimes find yourself questioning who you really are and who you're really meant to be. I'm always thinking about that, like what is my purpose and stuff. We have read so far just an introduction, and it represents less than 5% of what we can tell you about the advocate personality type. Wow, this is so accurate, it's creepy. They know more about me and the people I'm closest to. You may even feel a little uncomfortable, because you're not used to being so deeply understood. This is not a trick. You felt understood because you were. We spent years studying advocates' life stories, experiences, and responses to hundreds of our surveys. Okay, that's cool. So what we want to know, does it have premium profile? It's supposed to say somewhere like other people that have the same birthday as us, so was that at a different part? Was that the introduction? Do you remember seeing it?
Yeah, it was at the introduction.
Where exactly? Because I've gone back to introduction.
Keep scrolling down. Just keep scrolling down.
Oh, advocates you may know. Here we go. Alrighty. Oh, so we've got Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Mary Kondo. I don't know that person.
Mother Teresa?
Yeah.
Marie Kondo! Oh my god! Okay, she's really good at organizing stuff and folding clothes, and she's so popular from Japan, worldwide. She has her own Netflix show about cleaning. Oh my god.
How about,
oh my god.
Oh, it gets better. Lady Gaga.
Oh my god, yes!
Nicole Kidman.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, dude. Morgan Freeman.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Yes. Goth?
Fuck.
Don't know who that is. It looks like a philosopher saying. Oh, Jon Snow! You never made a reference about Jon Snow not knowing anything? I got Jon Snow from Game of Thrones!
Nice.
James Wilson.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh,
James
Aragorn!
Wilson.
Aragorn, Lord of the Rings, let's go! Also, Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. Tom Kirkman. Rose Bucketer from Titanic. Oh, Rose from Titanic. She let him die. I wouldn't have let him die. Desmond Hume from Lost. I remember Desmond. Aramis from the Three Musketeers. Oh, look, one of the Musketeers. Michael Schofield from Prison Break. Okay. Oh, Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. I remember that book. Matthew Murdoch from Daredevil. Okay, that's all of them that's showing you. That's cool. Matthew Murdoch. I like getting Matthew Murdoch. Aramis. Oh god, that's cool. Aragorn though? Jon Snow? Morgan Freeman, that's the one that's got me the most excited. That I show personality type Morgan Freeman. Like, let's go, man. What are yours? Who did you get?
So, we got J.R.R. Tolkien, William Shakespeare. I fucking hate Shakespeare. Pardon my language. We got Bjork, Alicia Keys, Tom Hiddleston, Julia Roberts, and then William Wordsworth, and then Johnny Depp.
You got Johnny Depp as well?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, wow.
And for fictional characters, we got Frodo Baggins, Emilia Poulain from the movie Emilia. We got Arwen, also from Lord of the Rings,
Lord
not
of the Wings!
Lord of the Wings. We got Fox Mulder from the X-Files. Anne from Anne of Green Gables. That is the correct way to say it. I wasn't messing it up that time. We got Sybil Branson from Downtown Abbey, a British show. In it, we got Lance Sweets from Bones, and then Constantine.
Constantine.
Levin. No, it's Constantine. It's a different character.
Oh, okay.
Levin from Anna Karenina. Never heard of that show. But yeah.
That's
might
so
be
cool.
a book.
That's so cool. And the fact that you and Jade got the same... The fact that you and my fiance got the same personality type is quite interesting. Maybe that's why I get along with you so well, because you guys have similar traits, so I'm willing to tolerate it.
I might redo this list personally at some point, because I know that it only got half the things right on me, so I'm like,
I feel like this was pretty good for me, honestly, don't you? I feel like this was pretty accurate for a lot of things.
Yeah.
feel like it pretty
If
gets
you
me.
find it accurate, then you find it accurate, man.
It feels like it. It feels like it got me pretty well. But yeah, that is the 16 personalities test, guys. So if you want to try it yourself, the website is right there on screen. It's www.16personalities.com. If you search that, it should go straight to it. You know, don't worry about the bit after the .com. Just do that. You'll take it straight to it. You can make an account with them, and you can have them email your results. I'll do that later. You can have them email the results. You can keep it and stuff. It's cool going through it. As you saw, the questions aren't that complicated. It's just about how you feel about it, and then you get all this information. And the cool bit is how it tells you, like, the famous people that you share a personality type. That's really cool too. It gives you something to relate to. So it's a lot of fun. Apologies if this video is really long, but I feel like if this video was rushed or really short, it would be kind of denying the purpose of it, which is like just to explore who we are a little bit and to give you guys a bit more idea of the kind of person I am and like how I work under stress and just what I like and dislike. So I feel like this was a good way of like the viewers, you guys, and me like getting to know each other a little bit. So you guys should definitely check out the test. I will actually link the test in the description as well to make it easier. I'll put a link to it so you can go straight to it. So if you guys decide to do the test as well, let me know your results. So like in the comments down below, just like put in what your personality type is. So just tell me what your personality type you got was, and then maybe list off some of the people that you shared the type with. That'd be kind of exciting, like what kind of famous people. That'd be interesting. So yeah, hopefully you guys stuck it through to the end. Again, apologies if the video is a bit long, but I think it's worth it in this context. So, yeah, let me know if you did enjoy this video by smacking that like button. Share this video with your friends on your social medias, so your Discord, your Twitter, your Facebook, all that social media garbage, so that way other people can try this test out and just learn a bit about itself, and it's kind of fun. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It is free. I put out a lot of videos every weekday, so there's plenty of content, and it's free. So, like, you know, why not? It really helps us out. Small channels like us are disliked by the algorithm for YouTube and that sort of thing. So yeah, really would appreciate the clicks. Notification bell is there if you guys want to keep up with everything, because there's 2 videos every weekday. There's a lot to keep up with. It's pretty, as I said in this, I have a tight schedule, so I make sure everything's out on time, and there's a lot to do. So if you get notified about stuff, it'll help you keep track of all the different games you want to follow and that, and it'll also get notified if something new comes out and you won't miss it. So yeah, if you do all those things, it'll help me out and help you out, and we'll have a good time. So hopefully you guys stick around and enjoy all the content they're putting out. So until the next time, guys, dodge that game over screen. I am Phantom100. Red Ben is with me, and Red Ben will be in definitely more videos in the future. And yeah, we're signing out for now.
See ya.